Welcome to episode 12 of La Vida Entre Primas, Life Between Cousins, the podcast where we dive into everything from the ups and downs of love and life to the special bond we share as Latinas and cousins. Today we are going to talk about body image, weight, and what it means as a Latina or as a person of color.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how.
As a woman.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm Elma, your co-host.
Hello. I'm Steph, and I feel like this is going to be a painful one. This one's going to be rough.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to come off as like a crybaby, but stuff is heavy.
Yeah.
And getting worse with generations and generations, because I see younger and younger girls worrying about this stuff, and it makes me
makes
scared.
me so sick. It makes me so sick.
Yeah. So grab a snack, any snack you want, because here we feed our bodies. We're eating pita chips with some cheese and
some whipped dip that's delicious.
And pickles. And you should nourish your body too.
So we're eating at 9:30 in the morning.
Listen.
Whatever good. I'm also topping it off with some water.
And you had a brownie. Sorry.
I had a brownie.
See, I already stepped in it. We're not supposed to talk about people's bodies or what they eat, okay? So we're going to jump right in. We are going to talk a little bit about what our experiences have been with body image, self-esteem, weight, size, and what that means particularly in a Latinx, Latino family.
Yeah.
Because I think every community has their own issues. And I think ours is like a little bit more complex. Maybe I'm biased, but we hear this very cliche thing, but it's real. It's a real thing when people in your family say like, oh my God, eat.
Right.
And then in the next breath, they're like, oh my God, you've gained a lot of weight. You're fat. You're this.
Yes.
You know, it's a very difficult thing to navigate when they're trying to nurture you, but then
when you're showing them your love by feeding them.
Yeah, when food is your love language, but also
thank you. That's what I was looking for. And you know, when you tell people who come over who are not like familiar with your family or like just the way things are, it's like, dude, if my grandma offers you food, you better take it. Mm-hmm. And if she offers you seconds, you better say yes.
You know what's been really hard for me as I got older? Just throw the food away. Like. And you know what's funny? Sophia has this, like, my daughter, she's 13. She has this, like, food scarcity mentality that she's never had to go through. Like, we always have food. We can go buy more food.
Right.
But she's like, I got to eat it. I got to have it. I'm afraid to, like, I struggle with, like, just throw it away. It's so painful. And it's so difficult.
Dude, because we never threw anything away growing up.
No.
Like, I was just telling some of my coworkers, like, my grandma used to cut the mold off the cheese and then give us the next piece. Or like
pinch
off
bread?
the bread. Yeah, pinch off the mold off the bread. I see molds on my bread and I'm like, oh God, I hate to do it, but it's going in the trash.
Yeah,
like, I can't.
Too. For me, it's more like leftovers. So what I'll do is, it's so stupid. I'll put the leftovers. I love leftovers.
I hate leftovers.
Why?
I just can't do it. I don't know, because growing up.
It depends what it is, though. Like, if it's a salad that's all wilty, disgusting.
Dude,
you
I ate a wilted salad this week for lunch.
Why?
Because I had leftover, because I had already put the dressing on it, and I didn't want to throw it away, because it was still like a good salad. And
what about like if you make like a pot roast or something? That's different, right?
You know what, though? For me, it's not different. Lisa?
What?
Dude, I don't know why Lisa just isn't a third. We always talk about her.
I know. Lisa.
Get your act together.
Drive over here. Okay?
Get your butt over here. Lisa can eat the same thing, lunch and dinner.
That's Christy.
Like, same thing over and over, 5 days a week. Cool. She's good. Me, after day 2, like having it for lunch and then dinner, I'm like, I can't do that. Like, what am I doing? But as I lived on my own, I'm getting better at like.
Well, because you have to be on a budget now. More of a budget.
Yeah. I'm getting better at like, okay, fine, I'll eat this again for lunch. Okay, fine, I made enough for lunch for the week.
So Chris will eat the same thing, but when I married Chris, he was like, I don't do leftovers. That's hilarious, right? Now, 10 years later, he's like the king. He cooks to have leftovers.
Oh,
so he's taking up grilling, and he'll grill like a big tri-tip. Or he'll cook a big tri-tip, and then he's like, yeah, then we'll have it for the week. Or carne asada in like mass quantities, because then he'll put it on a salad or take it for lunch.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't. I've gotten better at it. And even my coworkers have noticed. They're like, oh, you're having the same thing again today. Like, you good? I'm like, yeah. I was like, this is my last day with it. Like, I can't. Like,
I can't swallow it after this. But I will say, like, throwing the food away has been like a thing for me. It just feels so wasteful. And right now that
Yes.
groceries are so expensive, it feels so wasteful.
And I can't go through a loaf of bread by myself. Like, I don't make that many sandwiches in my life. Like, well, in my life, Thanksgiving's coming around the corner.
Hell yeah, freeze it, dude. Freeze it. Listen, I will say one thing I've never done is freeze it, unfreeze it, eat it raw. I don't raw dog it. If you toast it, take it out, toast it. Okay. Perfect. So you leave half in the fridge or out, and then half in the freezer.
Okay.
I don't know. You can try it.
Okay, so going back. Sorry, we digress.
Dinerosa. That's not how I'd say.
I know.
Freeze that bread.
I know.
But anyway, yes, throwing the food away, saving food, having to eat it all. Oh my God, it's so hard to navigate with like your body and your weight and your overall health. And I'm only a minute in, but we were raised by a woman who, let me tell you a funny story about my grandma in terms of her level of like, how do I say, saving, making things last.
Speaking of grilling, what
did he have? Salmon?
He had something.
That was a tiny little piece of salmon. Who's that for? Whatever.
He also looked crazy.
He was small on his little boat shoes, his little deck shoes. Nana was like a scarcity mentality in the sense that like she grew up.
She grew up in the Depression, didn't she?
I think that's what we would say in Depression era.
Yeah.
But like butter, cheese, milk, those were all things that were like, she would make it last. She would take like, dude, my mom did this once and I was like, okay, you need to put the fries in the bag, as my son says. We had French fries and it was like a pile from like one of those burger places. She's like, nah, I'm going to like chop them up in the morning and put them in with like the eggs. And it was like,
dude, they all do that. Marty will take the garlic from the garlic fries at Dodger Stadium and like
the topping?
Save it. Yeah, like the garlic fries. She said she has some garlic fry stuff in the fridge. She's like, why are you going to waste that?
That's so gross. So that is so disgusting.
I'm just saying.
Listen, my mom would probably do something similar, but my grandma used to do, when I worked in downtown, all those years at the California Community Foundation, we would host these convenings and they would bring in like, if it was a breakfast convening, they would bring in like pastries and bagels and bread. And then they would come with those little pats of butter.
Yeah.
And we would not throw them away. We'd put the pats of butter in these Ziploc bags. And at like the end of the week, my boss would be like, I don't want to throw this away, but like, what am I going to do with it? I was like, I'll take it. Grandma would sit there while she was home alone, open every pat of butter and fill up the tub of like Country Crock.
Yeah. She would get the ketchup packets that were left over from when we went to like fast food restaurants and refill the ketchup.
Yeah. So I think all that to say, I think this like having to save, having to make do puts us in a position where it's difficult to like think about our body and our health and how much we're consuming because like it feels like, oh no, we can't waste it.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And I think culturally too, like we said, food is a love language. Mexican food and like feeding your loved ones is like, think about all the like tamales. What is it? Menudo, pozole.
Stews.
My favorite is pozole pinto. Oh, with the amount of cheese on top.
But we were like limited to the amount of cheese we could put on because it's so expensive.
Yes, but you know what my dad always told me? He's like, if you ate what your grandma served you, you'd be fine. But we have to go back and like.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so food is a love language. There's a whole bunch that I think culturally affects the way we consume things, the way we look at ourselves, the way we feel about our bodies, you know, and also modesty, like what we wear, how we look.
I hate shopping with where I'm at right now in life.
Listen, same.
I hate it. Finding a dress for my goddaughter's quinceañera, I'm like,
oh, was it rough? Did you get a dress? I have like 3. Oh, I was like, I have a bunch of. I always, whenever we have the gala, I buy like 4 dresses and I wear one.
Oh, I have 2 upstairs that maybe you might need to come upstairs and see how they look on me.
But yeah, lots of pressure too. Lots of pressure to stay thin. Pressure. You know, my dad's side of the family is very harsh about weight stuff. Like they just talk shit all day long. They just like, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. Like I remember when Chris and I were having Sophia, they're like, who's having the baby, you or her? And I think I used to be very much like, well, that's just how they are.
Yeah.
But like, I don't go for that no more. Something happened a while ago with one of my family members. They made a comment about my body that was like, I was already struggling, like mentally, physically. And they said something that was like so mean. I'm just going to say it. I love this person, but like somebody in the family was pregnant with twins. Mm-hmm. And she said, oh my God, you look more pregnant than her. And I was like, I don't need to be here for this.
Right.
It's just not like, I'm no longer in my like, let it roll off my back era. I'm like, I don't need to be here. I don't need to be here for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I could be in my home where people don't insult me and
but
like, oh, but that's how we
have
talk.
That choice.
Mm-mm. Yes.
But growing up, we don't have that choice to like leave the situation that we are not feeling comfortable in.
100%.
Where now you're at a place where obviously you're 42, you're 41 years old. 42.
Yeah, 42. But it just hit me a different way where I'm like, this isn't endearing. It's not funny. It's not cute. Yeah. We're not like, I don't like it. And I don't want to hear it. And I need to remove my kids from the situation before I start hearing people say it to them, because then we're going to throw down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
So I'm just not for it anymore. I don't like it. Why do you think this is so important, though, for, like, Latinas?
I think because it's not talked about. It's not talked about. It's like, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's taboo?
Taboo.
Mm-hmm.
It's taboo. Like, and I think a lot of times the terms of endearment that Latinos or Latinas use, that people think are terms of endearment.
Gordis?
Yeah.
Gorda?
A la gordita, or, oh, you know, like just mentioning comment of their weight, like in calling them and you know, and I think it's just something that we just learn to go along with.
Yeah, but it doesn't, you can be not okay with it.
Yeah.
You can say, I don't like that.
But again, growing up,
oh no, and
you don't say those things.
No, and you know what's interesting? My mom, I'm very proud of her. And I'm proud of Sophie. So like talking about that, like power imbalance and feeling like you can't say anything. We're raising our kids different. And when you have kids, or if you have kids, and I'm sure you do, so your students, you raise them to be more empowered and more vocal than we were, right?
Oh my gosh. First thing I tell my kids is, have you used your voice?
Right.
Did you say that you don't like that to
That's
them?
what I'm telling you. Nobody would have told us that before, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, and not to sound like a victim, it just wasn't the way that it was. You just kids.
It was just different.
And I think our parents were very empowering as they could have been at the time, but it's just different now.
Yeah.
So my mom does this thing always where she smacks us in the butt.
Oh.
And Sophia, Valley doesn't mind, Chris doesn't mind, I don't mind. Sophia, I think, she says it herself, I'm not being insensitive. She's like, maybe have a touch of autism, you know? That's like a little bit of, because her brother has autism. My husband said, I might have it too. Like, so she's not warm and fuzzy. She's very self-aware. She's very much like, I like my space. I like my, you know. And my dad said yesterday, Sophie in her whole life has probably come up to me voluntarily to hug me twice. Like, she's just not a touchy-feely person. And she told my mom, don't hit me on my butt anymore. I don't like it. And my mom was a little taken aback, but she's like, okay, I won't. Like, I'll respect your wishes. Yeah. But it was, we were all like taken aback. And my mom caught herself yesterday. She went to like hit her and she was like, oh. But that's one of those things. Like, that's something that I would be like, well, that's just what they do. They just hit me on that.
We never would have told grandma something.
No way. No way. So,
and if we did, she would do it like
anyway.
5 times anyway.
For sure. And so I think that's like now kids will speak up more for themselves, which I think is great. And I don't want my kids hearing that stuff about themselves. It matters. They're more sensitive now. It's, so yes, but that gordis, gorda.
Yes. All the stuff.
In our family, it's chonchi.
Oh.
I don't.
Interesting.
Or then like pointing out people's bodies when you haven't seen them for a while. Like I literally had a family member come up to me once and just like historically, like Elma and I have like, I mean, we're in larger bodies now. Yeah. But like we were always pretty thin.
Yeah.
Pretty thin.
Yeah.
And if not thin, like average. It's not, this isn't like how we've been our whole lives.
I know. They used to tell me that when it was too windy, like the Santa Anas came in, that I was going to fly away because you were small. Like I just was like.
Yes. I had a family member who I didn't see for a while and he literally walked up to me and was like, what happened to you? I was just like post Sophie. And I was like taken aback. Like, what are you talking about? Like the freedom that men feel to talk about women's bodies.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. Oh, we're at 14 minutes.
But it's like, bitch, if I say you're bald and you're short and you put lifts in your shoes.
Dude, that's like, it doesn't have to do with my weight, but I feel like it also has to do with body image.
It's my body. Don't talk about it.
I was talking to a guy. Remember? I told you about this because we had just filmed like the breakup episode and I was supposed to go out on like a date. And I like kind of wasn't feeling it. Like it was just weird, whatever. And he like messaged me. He's like, well, am I going to get cute, Elma? And I was like, what do you mean cute, Elma? Like, I've seen you all of 2 times. The first time was at a Kings game. Like, we didn't go to the game together, but like the first time was at a Kings game. So, of course, I'm in jeans and a a sweater or whatever. And the second time was like we did lunch over the summer. And I was in like shorts and a tank and my sandals. Like, what did you want me to be in? Like hooker heels? Like, I'm confused. Like,
didn't he say like Alma and jeans?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. All I've ever gotten is Alma and jeans.
And what did you do?
And
what
I
did
said,
you do?
You know what? You're right. I'm really not feeling this. I think we're looking for two completely different things. I wish you the best of luck in finding that person and
Boom.
a cuter version. And I blocked him on everything.
Good for you. He doesn't deserve your time.
Like,
he doesn't even deserve to be in your space.
Like, who says that? Like, what do you mean, cute Alma? Like,
I hate
people. I said it.
Some people are awful, and they're usually men. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not always.
Not always, but a
usually.
good point of the time. A good amount
of the time. Okay, so let's talk about something that is, we're going to talk a little bit about our personal stories, all right? Well, actually, let's first talk about this. Your mom, like multi-generational Latino households and how like moms pass stuff down to their daughters.
Yeah.
So this is not a shitting contest. This is not, my mother loves me. Alma's mom loves her.
Oh, yeah.
I have done things for my daughter that I thought were right in the moment and turns out they weren't. And I will tell you something, you go to desperate measures to make sure your kids feel healthy and happy and included and have high self-esteem. Okay. So this is not shitting. Like my mom did everything that I asked her to do to make me feel better about myself. And we didn't know then. And I still have things I'm learning about Sophie. I want to preface this by saying that this is not something that's like, oh my God, no.
Right. No.
But your mom was always extremely thin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she ever, but I don't think your mom ever like made you feel like you had to be, it was just.
No, I think because we lived with grandma, I think it came more so from grandma.
Yeah.
Like I got things from grandma.
Sure.
Or like she would say things like, I remember one time in particular, she like, I don't know if I thought my mom,
no.
Or maybe not make, I don't know how to word this. Cause actually like, yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, you're going to eat that. Or like, oh, you're like, you just had that. Like, so sometimes she'll call out.
Yeah.
But not in like a, I don't know. I've had this talk before with my sister.
No, but I mean, we all struggle with it. No.
But yeah, like we're, yeah, but not as like much as like I got it from grandma.
Sure.
I didn't get it as much.
And if you think about it, now that's another generation removed of like, oh, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Right now we're like snowflakes.
Right.
Like, we can't say anything. We can't do anything.
Right.
Our moms were a little bit more like, you gonna eat again?
Yeah.
And Nana was like,
yeah.
Yo, big girl.
I'm gonna need you to bring it back. I'm gonna need you to bring it back. Stop being a big bag right now.
I'm gonna need you to return that plan.
And I just think it's, I don't know. I think because
we're still learning
talk a lot about stuff. Like, so
we don't have, well, this has been a really good forum for talking about that. So we can have a conversation with our moms after this because they're going to listen and be like, God damn it.
I know.
Another way I fucked them up.
I know. They're going to be like, what?
No, our moms have been really good sports. They've been really great about it. And I will say something I love about this podcast is it's opened up conversations that are, something happens, and we said this already, in the room where you just spill.
Yeah.
And after like, oh no, I got to talk about that.
I know. I'm like, oh God, I said that. Oh God, that came out of my mouth.
I will say for me, my mom has struggled with her weight her whole life. And I didn't know that my mom was larger. I just loved my mom so much. And my mom was always perfect. She was, even when she was at her heaviest, I was like, my mom's beautiful. My mom's great. I still think that. But my mom did struggle with her weight and would go to Mexico.
Yes.
And she's like, oh yeah, that's when they put me, she had a picture and she's like, oh, that's when I was really thin. She's like, that's when, and if you look at my mom's pictures from like a child, chubby.
Yeah.
And then she showed me pictures where she was thin. She's like, oh, I would go to Mexico and they would give me shots and they had me on a 500 calorie a day diet. I'm like, what? I was like, what was in the injection? Girl, we just say that right now. She's like, I was like, what was in the shot? She's like, I don't know. But she came back really thin. And then one of her girlfriends.
That was fat cat, right? She was doing fat cat. Sorry. But as you were saying that story, I was like, oh, that's what she was fat cat, right?
And then she would go to, when I was in high school, she would take diet pills that now are off the market. like, that had phentermine in them. You
Yeah.
can't get those without a prescription.
Yeah.
But they were available over the counter. You know, I remember my mom, I don't know if it was my mom or Carol or one of them, scrubbing the floor at night because the pills were like so.
Oh, energetic. Like.
Yes.
Oh.
And then I remember her giving them to me, but not like, you're fat, take these. Just like.
Right. Did she give them to you, or did you go search them out? And
No. She gave them to me.
Oh.
Like, I asked her, what about me? She was like, okay. And this is what I go through with Sophie, where Sophie the other day was like, my skirt's tight. I'm so fat. I'm going to starve myself. And I'll get to that in a minute, where the things I want to do to help her are not, I think she's perfect. She's not fat. She's not overweight. She's not, but I want her to feel good about herself. And this is when we know better, we do better. But like, my mom was doing what I needed in that moment for my self-esteem and for me to feel good. Right.
Right.
And if we had it to do over again, we wouldn't do it. But I remember we did the grapefruit diet together. We did the low carb diet together. Yeah. We did like.
Dude, I remember the grapefruit diet.
Yeah. So like, while my mom never said like, oh, you're fat, you need to lose weight, ever, never. We did these things together that were probably not the best thing to do together because it sounds like a message, right?
Right.
But I would say that was kind of like, well, my mom passed down to me unintentionally. I never heard my mom say, because this is the thing about my mom too. My mom is the like fly as fuck. My mom is like happy. She's fun.
Yeah.
And she's never been like, woe is me.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever. Yeah.
We went to a Weight Watchers meeting once. I don't think you were there. Was me, Lisa, my mom, maybe Marsha. And there was this like very large woman. And she was like, she's crying, sobbing in the Weight Watchers meeting. And she's like, it's so hard to be so big, but so invisible. And people don't see you. And we looked at each other like, bro, let's go. It is time. We already weighed in. It's time to go get breakfast. We're like always ready to pose for a picture, you know?
Right.
So she never did that. But I do think, like I said, when we know what those types of like messages send, then we can change it.
Yeah.
But I never heard my mom say like, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that. But I'm sure she struggled with it like we all do.
Just not vocalized it. Because I've never, in anything, to be honest, I've never seen your mom be like that ever.
No.
Dang, I never thought about that.
Yeah, no. She's very confident.
Yeah.
But I do think it's I can smell their barbecue. It's 9 a.m.
I know. Who barbecues at 10 o'clock in the morning?
God. Yeah, but that's I think something that we pass down. And I'm trying not to pass it down to Soph. That doesn't say is that Sophie now is like, I need to lose weight. I need to take this. I need to do that. And I'm like, you don't. But this is where it gets sticky. Okay? Go ahead.
But where is she getting that from? Because you don't say those things at home. And it, like, I don't hear you, or obviously I'm not with you 24/7, but like, I don't see or hear you vocalizing your thoughts about yourself, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't.
Yes, me and Lisa might text about it, right? But I don't think that's a topic of conversation you have around your kids.
It's not. But I will say it's come up for a couple reasons. The girls in our class are tiny, all of them. And it's just like a genetics thing. They're all small girls, you know, they're not. And Sophie, like, I don't want to put her business out there, but she started her menstrual cycle, her life, all that. It started very early. Yeah. So she's like well ahead of the other girls in terms of like development and size and, all those things. And so that's factors into it. But also things have happened in our house. Like I joked on the first episode, like I cried for Ozempic. Like I went and found a doctor who gave me semaglutide. So I'm on a GLP-1 right now and it's working for me. So she hears that and she sees that, where I can tell her till I'm blue in the face that like, you're fine how you are. You're beautiful. You're perfect.
Right.
But she's still seeing that. My husband is also on this health journey that he's on, and he always actually cracks down. I'll tell you, it was a point of pressure one time between him and my mom. My mom doesn't want Sophie to feel sick. And I know you've seen Sophie eat. Sometimes we're like, pump the brakes. Like, what is, she's like, shut up.
When we go to sushi, we're like, girl, slow down.
Yes. So my mom will say like, hey, slow down because I don't want you to feel sick. Chris will take that as like, don't tell my kids to stop eating. Yeah. And he'll step in and be like, she can eat as much as she wants. And he's not wrong. But also I had to tell her too, like, and she's told me recently, she's already on omeprazole. She's 13. Like she has really bad acid reflux.
Right.
You got to stop with the spicy. You got to stop with the.
She loves the spicy.
I know. But I had this realization recently where I'm like, I will not ever tell my kids, I don't care how big they are, like, you're too big, you're too fat, you're too this. No. Right. But if my daughter comes to me and says, I don't feel healthy, I feel overweight, my clothes doesn't fit, and I notice that she could lose some weight to feel her best, right? Then I have to, it's like all other general health. If she's like, Mom, I have an ingrown toenail, Let's go to the doctor and get it checked out.
Right.
Mom, I have recurring headaches. Let's go get it checked out. I have a stuffy nose. Here, take some allergy meds. I feel like I'm heavier than I could be and I feel unhealthy. Okay, let's start walking together. I don't think that's taboo. I used to think you don't say anything, but now I'm like, no, we can start making better choices together.
Yeah.
Walking together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And with Chris going through his health stuff, like his health journey that he's trying to get healthier, she sees him make better choices. And he said, so I just think like we were a little too strict about what we can and cannot tell people about our children about their bodies. I'm never going to tell her you're this or you're that, but I will tell her like, well, this is what we can do.
Right.
And if you want to do it, great.
Right.
And if you don't, that's great too. But then you have to be comfortable in your body.
Yeah. For sure. And I think that's the hard part. That's hard though, because kids nowadays have so much at their fingertips.
Oh yeah.
That it's that instant gratification of like, well, they're saying they're eating this, this, and this.
Why can't
I eat this, this, and this, and why don't I look like that? Or why aren't I, and with fucking, we're good. With fucking AI and filters and who knows what else. 25. You're looking at it backwards.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow.
With AI and filters, like
nothing's real anymore.
What the fuck is real?
Nothing is real anymore.
What is normal? What is it?
I don't know. The other thing too is I'm like, girl, get out there and move. I joke because a lot of the other parents are like, I'm so stressed. I have this, I have softball, I have a really good friend who's just 3-4 daughters and they're all in something. And I was like,
just stand up because
my girl isn't doing anything. So I'm not stressed, but I also want her to move her body. So I think it's just like, let's improve our overall health.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We were at the zoo like a couple weeks ago with my class and it was coming towards the end of the field trip. So my friend and I are sitting there waiting for kids to come back with their chaperones. And the first couple of ones that got there sat down and went straight on a phone. Like their mom's phone or whatever.
Yeah.
The chaperone's phone, straight on their phone.
Yep.
We have this whole running place. We have this whole place that you guys can play in this section. And they were sitting there on their phones.
Yeah. That's a big deal. Sophie's glued to her phone. So I got to get her out. And she does like to be active.
It's not just the kids though, because I will admit, give me my phone all day, every day.
I'll sit on my phone all day. Especially now doom scrolling.
What's doom scrolling?
Like when you scroll and you scare yourself, oh my God, everything's awful. My whole feed on TikTok after the election was like, oh my God, they're going to deport by this person and they're going to get away. I'm like, oh my God. I told Chris, you better clean that garage. You're hiding undocumented people. Okay. Just so you know, if you're undocumented and Donald Trump wants to come get you, call me.
We got a place.
We have a place for you.
I might be able to find some place too.
There's a second pool in this place.
There's a second pool. Somewhere. I think there's a second pool. I gotta relook.
I gotta find it one day. But anyway, it's a multi-generational household. You pass down things to your kids, you know what I mean? But we're trying to fix it.
Yeah.
And I think I will tell you one story. I'm gonna get a little. Like I said, this isn't a crapping contest, but I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I'm going to post a picture of my high school portraits. And I remember this day specifically because I went and took my pictures. I wore overalls and a cute little hoodie. It was
and a white shirt underneath under.
But it was the 90s, okay? Yeah. It was literally 99, 2000. So it was the vibe. But as we left the studio, I'm going to say I probably weighed 150. Maybe? Yeah, 150, maybe 140. But it was a little heavier than I had been in high school. It was one of my heavier points. When we left, my dad was me and your mom wanted to talk to you. We're concerned. I will never forget this day. And you know me, my memory's shot.
Yeah.
You're getting kind of heavy and we're concerned. Dude, the way my heart dropped, even when I see those pictures, when they turn up every now and then, I get a ugh. And I know he meant it with good intention.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But it just seemed, I remember being devastated. I want to be devastated now. I'd be like, wow, you're fat too, whatever. Just kidding. But I remember, I will never forget that he was like, we're really concerned because you're getting really heavy. And then I look at the pictures. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm not even fat. I'm not fat. I'm not fat.
No.
I am now, but I'm not fat in the picture.
No.
And it's just those are the things that I think, and if he found out that I said that to Sophia, he would
kill you.
Oh my God, he'd hit me over the head with the shovel and bury me.
Yep.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But we learn. We learn. As time goes on and we do better. You don't have a story like that?
I don't.
Good for you.
Or unless I just blocked it out. I mean, it could be that too. I feel like, I don't know. In high school, I was pretty active, so
you were.
I ran cross country. I ran track.
We have to post a picture of us at the mother-daughter.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
No, what about your...
My what? Oh, yeah. So I think I was in college at this point in time, and I came home for something, and my grandma said, I can't believe she said this to me, actually. She's like, fíjate. She's like, look, tu llanta ya no es llanta de troque. Se te está bajando a llanta de carro. So what she was basically saying was that, like, your stomach isn't the size of a truck tire. It's getting down to, like, a truck, like a car tire. I don't remember.
No, llanta de bicicleta. Ya no tienes llanta de...
It was, and I don't remember if it was going from, like, the small... I think it was bicicleta.
It was a reverse because you were losing weight, yeah.
I was losing weight, yeah. So it had to have been in, like, college when I gained some weight because I was drinking and all that other stuff because I didn't do any of that in high school. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, and I was, like, I think literally my mouth dropped. And I was like... And and then, actually, I wrote it on Facebook. So, like, that memory will sometimes pop up. And I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, she totally said that to me. Or, like, you know, she would, like, jab us in the stomach a little bit. Or, like...
Handles.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I know.
Listen. But not all the stories are sad or upsetting. I'm telling you.
She's really not an asshole.
No, she's not. She's not. No.
Those were her,
just old school. Just old school.
Yeah.
R.I.P. when Pete lost a lot of weight before she was diagnosed. Like, this was well before. Remember, she had lost some weight?
Yes.
She used to come up to me and be like, we can share clothes now. And I was like, you better get out of my face.
That was before we knew she was sick, right?
No, this was way before. She had lost weight. Remember, she had lost weight.
Yes.
Stop. Oh, my clothes is going to... And then... Oh, I'm not going to go there.
And then what?
No.
What?
I get so mad when, like, people who are fat lose weight and then they offer me their clothes. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's just, yeah.
Don't remind me. I don't get mad. I'm just like, oh, thanks.
I mean, I'm happy the way...
Thank you.
Am I happy the way I am?
Yes,
I don't know.
You are so happy the way you are. You're so happy the way you are. I see you. I'm going to tell you this one thing. It brings me so much joy to see you, like, drinking and eating and at Disneyland and, like, doing your thing and being with your friends.
Yeah.
And, like, just being like, this is who I am. And also, you're not, listen, you're perfect how you are. You're not like, listen, we're not rolling you out of here. You're good. Okay? But, like, to see somebody who's like, I am how I am and I'm beautiful and I like what I like and I'm going to enjoy my life is, like, so refreshing.
True.
Like, do you wake up and think about what you're going to eat?
Oh, dude. If you're not looking at a menu, like...
No. I'm talking about food. Let me tell you what it is like with the person with food noise and tell me if this happens to you.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning every day intending to be good. Being good. I'm making I'm going to make good choices.
Make good choices.
And then I get up and I make
food choices, breakfast. Because we're good people in general. We don't need to think about that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to eat well. I'm going to eat well today. So I make myself a little turkey sausage, a little egg whites. And then my kids are like, I don't want the rest of this bagel with a mound of cream cheese. I'm like, I'll eat it. So I eat it. And then I ate my breakfast. And then I'm on my way to work. I'm like, well, I already ate the cream cheese. So I might as well eat, like, these chips, like 100%. Some chips. I already ate the chips and the bagel. So, like, I did pack a salad, but fuck it. Let's just go order lunch.
Oh, my God, yes.
And then I already ate lunch. So I'm like, I already did that. Let me eat some of these chocolates. And then it's a spiral.
Yeah.
And then again, I do it again. And I'm already thinking about dinner. Am I going to be good? Am I going to? And I can't be good. I can't be like, oh, I ate the bagel, so I'll just stick to my salad. No.
Right. No.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. I mean, I try to be good when I go to the market. Like, I try to be good about the things that I, like, put into my fridge. Does it rot
in your fridge, though?
Oh, 100%. Oh, my God. I just threw away some tomatoes the other day because I didn't finish them. Like, yeah, it does. Because I'm in that moment. Like, I have 2 salads upstairs. You might need to take one home because I think one expires.
Listen, I'll take it. I'll take whatever you're not going to be able to eat on your trip.
Oh, yeah, because I leave, yeah. But, yeah, I just love food.
And that's okay. So do I. It's part of
Some mornings, you know what? Some mornings I wake up and I'm like, all right, my alarm's off. It's 5:30. Am I going to get out of bed? And then I'm like, you know what? Get out of bed and go treat yourself to maybe Chick-fil-A breakfast on the way home.
Dude, the little chicken mini sandwiches.
I haven't had the chicken mini sandwich. Have you had the bowl?
Oh, Allison sent that once a long time ago to Sophie. It has like potatoes and eggs and chicken.
Yes. And you throw some like buffalo sauce and Chick-fil-A sauce in it and shake it up. Delicious.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to make a donation every time I go to Chick-fil-A to the LGBTQ.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I know, but it's so good.
I know. I actually had it on, when did I have it?
Homophobic chicken is so good.
I think I had it on election day. I stopped.
That's why he won. God, you.
I stopped, and my brother, like, I was talking to Edith that night, or the next day, I think I talked to them, because I went to bed early the night of the election, because I was like, I can't handle this. And so I was talking to Edith and Michael, and they were like, oh, I was like, yeah, I got Chick-fil-A yesterday. Michael was like, wow,
Alma.
Way to go, Michael. Way to go, Alma. Like, and I was like,
so our executive director hates Chick-fil-A because of the LGBTQ stuff, which I totally understand.
Right.
But one day I had they had sent me a free lemonade. And I was like, I'm going to get my lemonade in the morning. And then I called. I was like, I spent my own money on this. I'm going to walk in here with this lemonade. And I texted her, EA, my friend Jessica. And I was like, Jessica, is Lassie here today? She's like, not yet, but she will be. I was like, oh my, I opened my damn thing. I poured it in my damn thing. I'm sorry, but it's so good. You know, but I'm going to tell you something about Chick-fil-A, okay?
Okay.
We are pro LGBTQ plus IA, whatever you are. We love you. We're here for it. I have a thing though, because I didn't eat it for a long time. So I was like, no, no hate, tastes good. Like no hate, whatever. But at work, somebody ordered Chick-fil-A and it was like DoorDash comes all the time. They leave at the front desk and I was like, oh, Chick-fil-A, somebody ordered Chick-fil-A and they're brave. A flaming homosexual comes to pick up their Chick-fil-A. And I was like, if they're eating it, I'm eating it. If you don't care, why do I care?
Yes, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one.
Give me my chicken sandwich.
I love
my waffle fries.
I mean, I don't love Chick-fil-A. I love the food. I don't love what it stands for. But yeah.
And the customer service is so good.
Oh, customer service is so good.
They give me so many free stuffs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like sauces.
I know. This is why we're fat. Oh my God. It's not my grandma's fault. It's not my mom's fault. It's our fault.
It's our fault because we like food. No, but it is their fault because they're the ones who started feeding us and telling us that we need to try everything. How dare you feed us? Okay, sorry, we digress.
Anyway, but yes, so I have a funny story, and Alma can jump in because she was around for this.
Oh yeah, I didn't go with them though.
No, but this is when my grandma was still alive, and I think the Rojas came to visit. It
was breast cancer walk. We were getting lunch. It was a Friday.
Are you sure?
Positive.
How do you know this? How do you remember this?
I'm 90% positive that it was breast cancer walk, and we were getting lunch. I think.
Oh, Selena
walked with us.
Then that's why.
Loden.
Yes.
Yes. We were getting lunch before we were going to head out to Santa Barbara.
So my nana wanted pollo loco. Yeah. Pollo loco that's on North Broadway, right?
Yeah.
So me and Lisa are like, we'll get the chicken, we'll treat for lunch. And so we go, and me and Lisa are both larger women, okay? So we go to local pollo loco, and we're like, oh, there's a lot of people coming. Let us get I think they come in 8 pieces, and I think 8 or 10, maybe 10 pieces of chicken. And we're like, we'll get 4 of them because there's a lot of people. Yeah. So we get 4 10-piece chicken meals with what does that come with? 6 sides? 2 sides each. Yeah, so 2, 4, 6 sides. So we order it. We're about to pay. And this hoe at the counter is like, ¿para aquí o para llevar? And I'm like, are you mad? There's 80 fucking pieces of chicken here. There's 4 pounds of mac and cheese. There's 4 pounds of fucking mashed potatoes or whatever the hell it was. Corn. I don't know what.
Mashed potatoes. It was everything.
Oh my God. For here or to go, ma'am? Are you crazy?
Yeah. Oh, man.
And I was like, this bitch really thinks we're eating 40 pieces of chicken here.
Yeah. Oh. Man, when they got to the house. When they got to the house and they started telling us the story, we were like, no effing way did that happen. 100%. No.
For here to go.
I believe them. For here to go. And Grandma loved to tell that story.
That was hilarious.
She would laugh and you would see her bouncing and we're like, what's wrong? She's like, para aquí o para llevar? And just start laughing hysterically. You could have had people sitting at tables, but also
stop it.
That's kind of a small pollo loco.
It is.
So they would have noticed if 15 people walked in and were sitting at tables waiting for food.
That's so rude.
We once had that moment when we went to go get tacos for my birthday. It was my 30-something birthday. And we went to tacos right there at Humboldt and Avenue 26.
Oh, yeah.
It was Marsha and my Nino. My Nino was actually flying out, I think, the next morning. So I was like, let's just go get tacos for my birthday. We'll do whatever. So when we got tacos, just the three of us went, and we ordered like 60 tacos.
That would only give you like 6 forks, and you're like, it's just me and her.
I know. And we literally ordered, and they were like, and Marsha and I were like, ¿para qué o para llevar? Like, we're like, it's to go, please, sir. Like, there's 3 of us. We're not going to eat 30 tacos a piece or 20 tacos a piece.
Oh my God. That's what they do at In-N-Out. We're like, will you be eating this in the car? I'm like, you motherfucker. I just ordered a 4x4, 3 plain cheeseburgers and a double, and 5 orders of fries. Will I be eating in the car, bitch?
With a diet.
What? What are you talking about? What are you asking me? God.
I don't, like, no.
Rude.
And also, you have fucking cameras. Like, you can see into my car. I'm the only one sitting in here. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I will say, though, like, joking aside, I will share this quickly, that I did have, like, a moment in my life where I was truly and severely anorexic.
Yeah.
Truly and severely. I wouldn't eat for days. I can tell you what I ate for almost a whole year, every single day of my life. Okay.
I don't think I ever thought that it was that bad.
It was that bad. My mom would wake up and be like, are you doing jumping jacks at 2 a.m? I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's fine. I mean, it's all good. I remember literally being at a party and taking a sip of a wine cooler and spitting it out. So I was like, oh no, there's calories in this. I totally forgot. What was I thinking? For like a whole year. And this is when you had gone away to college. So that's why you were far. I ate a mini Sara Lee bagel and the side salad every day for like a year. I would eat 1 meal a day. That's it. 1 meal a day. That's it. And I would make my college courses start at 10 so I could sleep till like 10 or 11. I would sleep till 10. And then like half the day is gone. And then I would eat like, I don't know, a granola bar for the day, go to classes, come home, go to sleep. Seriously.
So that you went.
I would go out to eat with friends and be like, no, I'm not hungry. I'll just drink a Diet Coke. Crazy. Yeah.
That's insane.
Wild. And around the time it was happening was when you graduated high school.
Yeah.
Because that picture, I'm like a bobblehead. For sure.
For sure.
But this is when we talk about not talking about women's bodies, right? Is that like nobody, people have asked me like, oh my God, are you going to lose weight? Are you healthy? You don't look.
Right.
Nobody ever asked me. I literally remember I went to buy these diet pills that were at the gas station.
Oh.
Yeah. I've taken every day. I don't use the word triggered often because I hate that word. It's stupid and overused. But when I see like Hydroxycut, it gives me like the shakes because I use all these pills so much. But nobody ever asked me like, are you healthy? Are you okay? They were like, you look great. Right. You know, but when you're heavy, then everybody's concerned that you're unhealthy. And will I tell you, I recognize that. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to have I haven't eaten in 3 days. I've just had black coffee and water. But like, no. You look great.
Shit, I never thought about that.
But I'll tell you, I went to the doctors, and I'm not saying that the weight that I have on my body right now is good for me. It's not. I need to lose weight, and my knees and my whatever. But everything's in the green for me, girl.
Yeah.
Fat is a real thing. I had a doctor tell me that's not a real thing. Stop saying that. I was like, well, look at my test results, ho.
Take a look.
At my test results, it is.
Take a look. It's a Kegis thing.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't understand.
But like, think about when you're thin. Like, people are like, you look great. You're fine.
Yeah.
When you're heavy, it's all of a sudden you look unhealthy. I'm like, that's funny because... You know?
Yeah. I never thought about that. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm healthy for the record, ladies and gentlemen.
She's very healthy. Extremely healthy.
Yeah,
that's why we don't talk about people's bodies. You look great. You lost weight. Yeah, I have cancer. Or like, yeah, I have it, right? You never know.
Right. Shit.
I saw a documentary once about a lady who had pancreatic cancer. And she's like, people keep telling me I look great. And I don't have the heart to tell me I'm dying of pancreatic cancer. I'm like, ugh. So I always practice this
anybody.
With my friends. Like I saw Miss Castillo the other day. I love her so much. We love you.
I saw her the other day too, but I didn't even say hi to her.
Oh, she's the best.
I know.
I was like, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but you like, are you feeling like she's been running.
Oh.
But I always I would never say it to a stranger, but to my friends, I'm like, I'm not supposed to say this, but
yeah. You good? We good?
Like, are you like you look good? Are you good? Like, I just want to say you look great. You're losing weight, but also that. Actually, no, you shouldn't even say that.
You shouldn't even say that.
Damn it.
It's okay, but she's so understanding.
Yeah, I love her.
She's great.
Sophie was like towering over her in that picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's small already. She's a short woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think also, I don't know if you want to talk about like the way Latinos are represented in mainstream media, like all thin and bodacious and sexy. And you're like, this is a lot to.
And also, like, think about the Latina actresses and actors, I guess. They have funds to do whatever it is that they need to do.
There you go.
Like, I'm sorry. It's not that you're,
exercising in the gym every day,
right.
or that you have a personal chef.
Yeah.
You have a personal trainer, and you have freaking plastic surgery.
And you have the time because you have
unlimited time. You can have a nanny. You can have somebody watch your kids. You can have somebody come to your house.
You have a nanny. Not you could. You more than likely have a nanny.
Yep.
Who is doing everything for your child. Not that I'm trying to judge actors and actresses, but
no, but it's unrealistic goals. You need to be more,
yes.
They should be more transparent so people don't feel like you said, like, oh, they're eating all that, but like they look like this. Awesome. Because then after this, they go with their personal trainer
for 3 hours.
Yep. And the rest of the day, they have well-rounded, nutritious meals made by a personal chef in their home. That's why.
That's what it is. Yeah. And to those who don't, normal folk like us, yeah, it might be a genetics thing, though.
I think it is, too, because I'll tell you something. I talk about my boss about this a lot. She's a large woman. When I say large, she's tall.
Yeah.
You've seen her. She's very tall.
Glasses, right?
No, that's Leslie. She's small.
Oh, okay.
She's very small. But Sue is like taller, whitey
I've probably seen it.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
And when I say big, I mean like she's just a tall.
Yeah.
She's thin. I mean, she's thin and she's conventionally beautiful. But I talked to her about this. Like when I was thin, it was work. Like some people are like, oh, I cut out soda and I walk. It was work. I was either on medication or I was running like hell.
Yeah.
Starving myself.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And she's like, well, I think that's an indication that your body's supposed to be at a larger, like that's where your body's supposed to be.
Right.
Maybe not obese or like clinically obese,
right.
but like you're not supposed to be a stick thin person because some of that is the way your body is. Look at Nana. Nana has and I carry my weight in the middle.
You do. Yeah.
But Nana's also like, had a big belly.
Yeah.
And so, and then look at the pictures of her dad.
Yeah. Same thing.
It's kind of like,
and it's just so funny. Like, look at, again, 2 very beautiful girls. Like, I mean this with the most love if you even listen. Gabby and Juliana. Mm-hmm. They're just 2 completely different. They're sisters, but their builds are just so
totally different body types.
Like, totally different body types.
Yeah.
Same parents.
Yeah.
But just...
Look at my brother.
Yeah.
Freaking string bean is my life.
Yeah.
I know they are so beautiful.
They're beautiful girls. Like they hands down, like,
but it's just
in high school, struggling, with everything around them. But
it's so hard.
It's just,
you never know.
You never know. Like it's just the genetics and where it comes from. Like, am I going to have broad shoulders? Am I going to be
short? Am I going to be naturally thin? Am I going to have to work harder? Am I going to have it's so much.
Yeah.
And it's so much to deal with. Like I still see people at my age like, oh my God, I wish I had that I had that style. I wish I had that, it's never ending. I told Chris the other day, it's also, a lot of it is hormonal and it's a miserable existence as a woman. I said, picture this. We joke about how men are like, oh, I cut out soda. I cut out beer. I cut out carbs and I lost 20 pounds, right?
Yeah.
I said, think about what it's like for a woman. You're born and you're barreling towards puberty, right? Your whole young life, which has now been, you start earlier because of the hormones and food and the environment. You start your period. You're on your period, you're hormonal. Then what happens? If you have children, you're hormonal because you get pregnant. Then you're nursing. And then you're off you no longer have kids. You're on your period. Then what happens? You're perimenopause. You're premenopause. You have menopause. I'm like, it's a miserable existence.
Yeah.
We're always pissed. We're always trying to lose weight. We're always, something's hurting.
Yeah.
We don't go through life just like...
And the fact that, like, if we were to stop drinking soda or beer or whatever the case may be, we're not going to lose that weight as quickly as a guy does.
Never.
Like, it just, regardless of what we do.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's an ever ongoing.
Heck yeah.
It's ever ongoing. I don't think there's... just like most of our podcasts, we're never going to get to like the bottom of it.
There's not a recipe.
This is the answer, right? There's no recipe to it. For us as adults, for raising kids, teaching kids, fostering kids, or whatever the case may be.
Have you encountered students in your class that are having body issues already?
I have.
Third grade, yeah.
I think more so in, I know the second grade teacher has told me a little bit about second graders. I've had a couple third graders in my time in teaching third grade, and it's just like...
so early.
It's way too early. Like, I'm sorry. You should still be playing. You should still be living life. Like,
so Val gained a little bit of weight last year, and she's like, I want abs.
oh yeah.
And I'm like,
how's that
but
ab?
like, oh girl. She's like,
still
this
on
outfit
it?
didn't fit me before. It fits me now. Oh, Chris is like, I walked past her room, and she's like, like Rocky Balboa, like doing sit-ups. I'm like, you know what though?
I feel like
I'm not going to discourage her. It's, you know what?
Yeah.
She's not doing it because she's like, I'm fat, I'm awful. I'm just,
Right.
She's like, no, I want to be strong.
Yeah.
And she had a scuffle at school last week where this kid did something really jacked up, and she was like, and word on the street is that the other students are like, oh, I don't know, Val is pretty strong. I'm like, good for you.
Way to go, Val.
She didn't do anything back to her, and she didn't, but I'm like, there's nothing wrong with being strong.
Yeah.
You get healthy, you do it.
You do you, boo. Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen the kids in a while.
I know. We have to see them soon. Maybe after you come back.
Yeah. That's going to be too busy this week. All right.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Personal reflection.
I'm proud of you, though.
Proud of you, too. Personal reflection. How are you going to heal or change the perception of your own, body? And how are you going to embrace yourself, how you are?
Still going to live my life.
Hell yeah.
At this point in time, I don't give a fuck what people tell me.
Good for you. But you got that ring on your finger. What is that?
Oh, this is the Aura ring. And sometimes this will fucking tell me, be like, apparently my like resting heart rate has been really high the last 2 days. So it's like, you might need to like rest and take a nap today. I love the Aura ring. No, I'm serious. I'll show you my results afterwards. And like, but also the difference between the Aura ring and the watch, it's more for like my phone and my notifications when I'm teaching, like if it's something important. I don't really use it for my like steps or whatever, but the Aura ring, it keeps track of like my sleep, my heart rate, and I sleep with it. I only charge it when I shower. And it charges quickly. And I shower every day, but like sometimes I forget to take it off when I shower, so it can get wet.
Okay.
But it like keeps track of everything. And it like, it's about $300.
Okay.
And it has a $5 monthly like membership fee or whatever. But I do have a coupon if you guys are ever interested.
Not sponsored.
And checking it out, I can like post about it or whatever. But it like keeps track of your sleep. It tells you how much you slept, like your energy for the day. My brother was like, why do I need a ring to tell me if I slept good or not? I was like,
I'm going to tell you why.
It makes a difference.
But
not that I need it, but it makes a difference.
I had to turn off, not on my Apple Watch, but before when I had the Fitbit, the fancy Fitbit, it tells you how much you slept. I had to turn it off because the days that I didn't get rest, I was like, it would give me anxiety. It was like, oh man, I only got 4 hours of sleep. And then I would be stressed out.
Right. But this one, not only does it keep that, it keeps like your heart rate, it keeps like your activity throughout the day. So you're like, oh, you're halfway to your activity, or like, and it bases your activity based off of how you slept in your heart rate.
Huh.
I
like that. So it tells you like, take it easy today. You didn't get a lot of rest.
Take it easy. You didn't get a lot of rest. And I notice like when I'm drinking, my heart rate takes a lot longer to like lower. And so I have had a couple of drinks the last couple of days, or I had coffee like very late. And so it's like your resting heart rate took a long time to lower. Or like even like it also somehow keeps like internal body temperature. So it's like, oh, like you're a little warmer than usual. You might be coming down with something. Ooh. And so like you might need to rest a little bit more, or like I know we need to end this episode. No, because I want to eat some more too. But yeah, it's really good. I have a code if people are interested in taking a look at it. Not sponsored, but I can post the information for you. And yeah.
In the meantime, don't let nobody get you down. You're perfect.
Keep embracing
yourself. Your pretty moms are here for you. Fat, skinny, tall, thin, white, black, whatever.
Yes.
We're here for you.
We're here for you.
So come back next week. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe, like it.
All that good stuff.
We owe our pretty mom her prize who sent us our first email. But maybe when we hit 1,000 downloads, let's think about it.
By the time this episode, we're going to hit 1,000.
Okay.
But we do owe her. I got to send her.
But we got to do like a fun thing for her.
Yeah.
Meet and greet this weekend. Tacos. I'm just kidding.
This is going to be after the tacos.
I know. Stop being so
but no, I kind of also want to host. Maybe we should like host something in my like cool little room.
That would be so fun.
Like a meet the host.
You know what I saw the other day? And I was like, that would be fun. Somebody took a Starbucks gift card and they put it on their Instagram and they put like $100 on it. And they're like, scan it until it runs out.
Please limit yourself to one.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Maybe we'll do that. Holiday season. All right. On that note.
Only non-fat, sugar-free lattes. Okay, I'm just kidding.
You get what you want.
I'm
you get what you want, but it's got to be a tall.
Yeah, tall. No paying for the car behind you.
Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode of La Vida Entre Primas, Life Between Cousins.
Bye, guys.
Bye.